Everything about Elon Musk in Wikipedia. Elon Reeve Musk FRS, born June 28, 1971, is a business magnate, industrial designer, and engineer. He is the founder, CEO, CTO, and chief designer of Spacex, early investor, CEO, and product architect of Tesla, Inc., founder of The Boring Company, co-founder of Neuralink, and co-founder and initial co-chairman of OpenAI. A centibillionaire, Musk is one of the richest people in the world. Musk was born to a Canadian mother and South African father and raised in Pretoria, South Africa. He briefly attended the University of Pretoria before moving to Canada aged 17 to attend Queen's University. He transferred to the University of Pennsylvania 2 years later, where he received dual bachelor's degrees in economics and physics. He moved to California in 1995 to attend Stanford University but decided instead to pursue a business career, co-founding web software company Zip2 with his brother Kimball. The startup was acquired by Compaq for $307 million in 1999. Musk co-founded OnlineBankX.com that same year, which merged with Confinity in 2000 to form the company PayPal and was subsequently bought by eBay in 2002 for $1.5 billion. In 2002, Musk founded Spacex, an aerospace manufacturer and space transport services company, of which he is CEO, CTO, and lead designer. In 2004, he joined electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla Motors, Inc., now Tesla, Inc., as chairman and product architect, becoming its CEO in 2008. In 2006, he helped create Solarcity, a solar energy services company and current Tesla subsidiary. In 2015, he co-founded OpenAI, a non-profit research company that promotes friendly artificial intelligence. In 2016, he co-founded Neuralink, a neurotechnology company focused on developing brain-computer interfaces, and founded The Boring Company, a tunnel construction company. Musk has also proposed the Hyperloop, a high-speed vac train transportation system. Musk has been the subject of criticism due to unorthodox or unscientific stances and highly publicized controversies. In 2018, he was sued for defamation by a diver who advised in the Tham Luang cave rescue. A California jury ruled in favor of Musk. Also in 2018, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) sued him for falsely tweeting that he had secured funding for a private takeover of Tesla. He settled with the SEC, temporarily stepping down from his chairmanship and accepting limitations on his Twitter usage. Musk has received criticism for his views on such matters as artificial intelligence and the COVID-19 pandemic. Early life, childhood and family. Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, Transvaal, South Africa. His mother is May Musk, née Haldeman, a model and dietitian born in Saskatchewan, Canada, but raised in South Africa. His father is Errol Musk, a South African electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant, and property developer. He has a younger brother, Kimball, born 1972, and a younger sister, Tosca, born 1974. His maternal grandfather, Joshua Haldeman, was an American-born Canadian. His paternal grandmother had British and Pennsylvania Dutch ancestry. After his parents divorced in 1980, Musk lived mostly with his father in the suburbs of Pretoria, a choice he made 2 years after the divorce and subsequently regretted. Musk has become estranged from his father, whom he has described as a terrible human being. Almost every evil thing you could possibly think of, he has done. He has a half-sister and a half-brother on his father's side. At the age of 10, he developed an interest in computing while using the Commodore VIC-20. He learned computer programming using a manual and, by age 12, sold the code of a BASIC-based video game he created called Blaster to PC and Office Technology magazine for approximately $500. An awkward and introverted child, Musk was bullied throughout his childhood and was once hospitalized after a group of boys threw him down a flight of stairs. He attended Waterkloof House Preparatory School and Bryanston High School before graduating from Pretoria Boys High School. Education. Aware it would be easier to enter the United States from Canada, Musk applied for a Canadian passport through his Canadian-born mother. While awaiting the documentation, he attended the University of Pretoria for 5 months. This allowed Musk to avoid mandatory service in the South African military. Arriving in Canada in June 1989, Musk failed to locate his great-uncle in Montreal and instead stayed at a youth hostel. He then traveled west to live with a second cousin in Saskatchewan. He stayed there for a year, working odd jobs at a farm and lumber mill. In 1990, Musk entered Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. 2 years later, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated in 1997 with a Bachelor of Science, B.S. degree in Economics from the Wharton School and a Bachelor of Arts, B.A. degree in Physics. In 1994, Musk held 2 internships in Silicon Valley during the summer, at an energy storage startup called Pinnacle Research Institute, which researched electrolytic ultracapacitors for energy storage, and at the Palo Alto-based startup Rocket Science Games. Bruce Leak, the former lead engineer behind Apple's QuickTime who had hired Musk, noted, "He had boundless energy. Kids these days have no idea about hardware or how stuff works, but he had a PC hacker background and was not afraid to just go figure things out." In 1995, Musk was accepted to a PhD program in energy physics, materials science at Stanford University in California. Musk attempted to get a job at Netscape but never received a response to his job inquiries. He dropped out of Stanford after 2 days, deciding instead to join the internet boom and launch an internet startup. Business career Zip2. In 1995, Musk, his brother Kimball, and Greg Kory founded web software company Zip2 with funds from a group of angel investors. They housed the venture at a small rented office in Palo Alto. The company developed and marketed an internet city guide for the newspaper publishing industry, with maps, directions, and yellow pages. Before the company became successful, Musk could not afford an apartment, instead sleeping on the office couch and showering at the YMCA. They could only afford one computer and, according to Musk, the website was up during the day and I was coding it at night, 7 days a week, all the time. Their efforts materialized when the Musk brothers obtained contracts with the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune, and persuaded the board of directors to abandon plans for a merger with CitySearch. Musk's attempts to become CEO were thwarted by the board. Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash in February 1999. Musk received $22 million for his 7% share from the sale. X.com and PayPal. In 1999, Musk co-founded X.com, an online financial services and email payment company. The startup was one of the first online banks to be federally insured, and, within its initial months, over 200,000 customers joined the service. The company's investors saw Musk as inexperienced and had him replaced with Intuit's CEO Bill Harris by the end of the year. The following year, X.com merged with online bank Confinity in order to prevent unnecessary competition. Founded by Max Levchin and Peter Thiel, Confinity had its own money transfer service, PayPal, which was more popular than X.com's service. Within the merged company, Musk returned as CEO. Musk's preference of Microsoft software over Linux created a rift in the company and caused Thiel to resign. Due to resulting technological issues and lack of a cohesive business model, the board ousted Musk and replaced him with Thiel in September 2000. Under Thiel, the company focused on the PayPal service and was renamed PayPal in 2001. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock, of which Musk received over $100 million. Before its sale, Musk, who was the company's largest shareholder, owned 11.7% of PayPal shares. In 2017, Musk purchased the domain X.com from PayPal for an undisclosed amount, explaining that it had sentimental value to him. Spacex. In 2001, Musk conceived Mars Oasis, a miniature greenhouse on Mars would grow food crops and reawaken public interest in space exploration. In October 2001, Musk traveled with a group to Moscow to buy refurbished DNEPR intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, that could send the greenhouse payloads into space. He met with companies such as NPO Lavochkin and Kosmotras. However, Musk was seen as a novice and was even spat on by one of the Russian chief designers. The group returned to the United States empty-handed. In February 2002, the group returned to Russia to look for 3 ICBMs. They had another meeting with Kosmotras and were offered one rocket for $8 million, which Musk rejected. Musk instead decided to start a company that could build affordable rockets. With $100 million of his early fortune, Musk founded Space Exploration Technologies Corp., traded as Spacex, in May 2002. After 3 failed launches, SpaceX succeeded in launching the Falcon 1 in 2008. It was the first private liquid fuel rocket to reach Earth orbit. Later that year, SpaceX received a $1.6 billion commercial resupply services program contract for 12 flights of its Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon spacecraft to the International Space Station, replacing the Space Shuttle after its 2011 retirement. In 2012, the Dragon vehicle berthed with the ISS, a first for a private enterprise. Working towards its goal of reusable rockets, in 2015, SpaceX successfully landed the first stage of a Falcon 9. Landings were later achieved on an autonomous spaceport drone ship, an ocean-based recovery platform. In 2018, SpaceX launched the Falcon Heavy. The inaugural mission carried a Tesla Roadster as a dummy payload. In 2017, SpaceX unveiled its next-generation launch vehicle and spacecraft system, Big Falcon Rocket, BFR, which would support all SpaceX launch service provider capabilities. In 2018, SpaceX announced a planned 2023 lunar circumnavigation mission, a private flight called Dear Moon Project. 2 years later, SpaceX launched its first manned flight, the Demo 2, becoming the first private company to place a person into orbit and dock a crewed spacecraft with the. SpaceX began development of the Starlink constellation of low Earth orbit satellites in 2015 to provide satellite internet access, with the first 2 prototype satellites launched in February 2018. A second set of test satellites and the first large deployment of a piece of the constellation occurred in May 2019, when the first 60 operational satellites were launched. The total cost of the decade-long project to design, build, and deploy the constellation is estimated by SpaceX to be about $10 billion, including nearly $900 million in Federal Communications Commission subsidies. Tesla, Inc., originally Tesla Motors, was incorporated in July 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, who financed the company until the Series A round of funding. Both men played active roles in the company's early development prior to Musk's involvement. Musk led the Series A round of investment in 2004, joining Tesla's board of directors as its chairman. Musk took an active role within the company and oversaw Roadster product design but was not deeply involved in day-to-day business operations. Following a series of escalating conflicts in 2007 and the 2008 financial crisis, Eberhard was ousted from the firm. Musk assumed leadership of the company as CEO and product architect in 2008, positions he still holds today. A 2009 lawsuit settlement with Eberhard designated Musk as a Tesla co-founder, along with Tarpenning and 2 others. As of 2019, Musk is the longest tenured CEO of any automotive manufacturer globally. Tesla first built an electric sports car, the Tesla Roadster, in 2008. With sales of about 2,500 vehicles, it was the first serial production all-electric car to use lithium-ion battery cells. Tesla began delivery of its 4-door Model S sedan in 2012. A crossover, the Model X, was launched in 2015. A mass-market sedan, the Model 3, was released in 2017. As of March 2020, it is the world's best-selling electric car, with more than 500,000 units delivered. A 5th vehicle, the Model Y crossover, was launched in 2020. The Cybertruck, an all-electric pickup truck, was unveiled in 2019. Under Musk, Tesla has also constructed multiple lithium-ion battery and electric vehicle subassembly factories, such as Gigafactory 1 in Nevada and Gigafactory 3 in China. Since its initial public offering in 2010, Tesla stock has risen significantly. It became the most valuable carmaker in summer 2020. It entered the S&P 500 later that year. Solarcity. Musk provided the initial concept and financial capital for Solarcity, which his cousins Lyndon and Peter Rive co-founded in 2006. By 2013, Solarcity was the second largest provider of solar power systems in the United States. In 2014, Musk committed to building a Solarcity advanced production facility in Buffalo, New York, triple the size of the largest solar plant in the United States. Construction on the factory started in 2014 and was completed in 2017. It was operated as a joint venture with Panasonic until early 2020. Tesla acquired Solarcity for over $2 billion in 2016 and converted it into its solar division. The announcement of the deal resulted in a more than 10% drop in Tesla's stock price. At the time, Solarcity was facing liquidity issues. However, Tesla shareholders were not informed. Consequently, multiple shareholder groups have filed a lawsuit against Musk and Tesla's directors, claiming that the purchase of Solarcity was done solely to benefit Musk and came at the expense of Tesla and its shareholders. During a June 2019 court deposition, Musk acknowledged that the company reallocated every possible employee from the solar division to work on the Model 3, and, according to Musk, as a result, Solar suffered. This had not previously been disclosed to shareholders. Court documents unsealed in 2019 have confirmed that Musk was also aware of the company's liquidity issues. Tesla directors settled the lawsuit in January 2020, leaving Musk the sole remaining defendant. Neuralink. In 2016, Musk co-founded Neuralink, a neurotechnology startup company to integrate the human brain with AI. The company is centered on creating devices that can be implanted in the human brain, with the eventual purpose of helping human beings merge with software and keep pace with advancements in artificial intelligence. These enhancements could improve memory or allow more direct interfacing with computing devices. At a live demonstration in August 2020, Musk described one of their early devices as a Fitbit in your skull, which could soon cure paralysis, deafness, blindness, and other disabilities. Many neuroscientists and publications criticized these claims. MIT Technology Review described him as highly speculative and neuroscience theater. The Boring Company. In 2016, Musk founded the Boring Company, TBC, to construct tunnels. In early 2017, they began discussions with regulatory bodies and initiated construction of a 30-foot, 9.1 meters wide, 50-foot, 15 meters long, and 15-foot, 4.6 meters deep test trench on the premises of SpaceX's offices as it required no permits. A tunnel beneath the Las Vegas Convention Center was completed in early 2020. Local officials have approved further expansions of the tunnel system. As a merchandising and publicity stunt, the Boring Company sold 2,000 flamethrowers in 2018. The idea was allegedly inspired by the Mel Brooks-directed film Spaceballs, 1987, a favorite of Musk's. Hyperloop. Musk first envisioned a high-speed transportation system incorporating reduced pressure tubes to move pressurized capsules on an air cushion driven by linear induction motors and air compresses in around 2011, and then assigned a dozen engineers from Tesla and SpaceX to establish the conceptual foundations and create initial designs. On August 12, 2013, Musk unveiled the concept which he dubbed the Hyperloop. The alpha design for the system was published in a white paper posted to the Tesla and SpaceX blogs. The document scoped out the technology and outlined a notional route where such a transport system could be built between the greater Los Angeles area and the San Francisco Bay Area at an estimated total cost of $6 billion. The proposal, if technologically feasible at the costs he has cited, would make Hyperloop travel cheaper than any other mode of transport for such long distances. In June 2015, Musk announced a design competition for students and others to build Hyperloop pods to operate on a SpaceX-sponsored mile-long track in a 2015 to 2017 Hyperloop pod competition. The track was used in January 2017, and Musk also announced that the company started a tunnel project with Hawthorne Airport as its destination. In July 2017, Musk claimed that he had received verbal government approval to build a Hyperloop from New York City to Washington, D.C., stopping in both Philadelphia and Baltimore. OpenAI. In December 2015, Musk announced the creation of OpenAI, a not-for-profit AI research company. OpenAI aims to develop artificial general intelligence in a way that is safe and beneficial to humanity. By making AI available to everyone, OpenAI wants to counteract large corporations who may gain too much power by owning super-intelligent systems devoted to profits, as well as governments which may use AI to gain power and even oppress their citizenry. Musk has stated he wants to counteract the concentration of power. In 2018, Musk left the OpenAI board to avoid possible future conflicts with his role as CEO of Tesla as Tesla increasingly became involved in AI through Tesla Autopilot. In an interview with Joe Rogan in September 2018, Musk expressed his concerns about the dangers of developing AI indiscriminately. In January 2019, Mark Harris of The Guardian noted that the Musk Foundation had added a line to its website, stating its support for the development of safe artificial intelligence to benefit humanity. 2018 Joe Rogan podcast appearance. On September 6, 2018, Musk appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast and discussed various topics for over 2 hours. One of the highest profile and controversial aspects of the program was Musk sampling a single puff from a cigar consisting, Joe Rogan claimed, of tobacco laced with cannabis. To Rogan's inquiry on how often he smoked cannabis, Musk replied, "Almost never. I know a lot of people like weed and that's fine, but I don't find that is very good for productivity. Not for me." The Washington Post observed that, in the media's hands, it became a story about Musk's growing instability. Tesla stock dropped after the incident, which coincided with the confirmation of the departure of Tesla's vice president of worldwide finance earlier that day. Fortune wondered if the cannabis use could have ramifications for Spacex contracts with the United States Air Force, though an Air Force spokesperson told The Verge that there was no investigation and that the Air Force was still processing the situation. In a 60 Minutes interview, Musk said of the incident, "I do not smoke pot. As anybody who watched that podcast could tell, I have no idea how to smoke pot." Music ventures. On March 30, 2019, Musk released a rap track, Rip Harambe, on SoundCloud under the name Emoji Records. The track was performed by Young Jake, written by Young Jake and Caroline Polachek, and produced by Bloodpop. On January 30, 2020, Musk released an EDM track, Don't Doubt Your Vibe, featuring his own lyrics and vocals. While Guardian critic Alexei Petridis described it as indistinguishable from umpteen competent but unthrilling bits of bedroom electronica posted elsewhere on SoundCloud, TechCrunch said it was not a bad representation of the genre. Personal life. Musk met his first wife, Canadian author Justine Wilson, while attending Queen's University. They married in 2000 and separated in 2008. Their first son, Nevada Alexander Musk, died of sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, at the age of 10 weeks. They share custody of 5 sons. In 2008, Musk began dating English actress Tallulah Riley, and in 2010, the couple married. In 2012, Musk announced a divorce from Riley. In 2013, Musk and Riley remarried. In December 2014, Musk filed for a second divorce from Riley, however, the action was withdrawn. A second divorce was finalized in 2016. Musk then dated Amber Heard, whom he had reportedly been pursuing since 2012, for several months in 2017. Musk was later accused of having an affair with Heard while she was still married to Johnny Depp. In May 2018, Musk and Canadian musician Grimes revealed that they were dating. Grimes gave birth to their son in May 2020. According to Musk and Grimes, his name was XRA12, however, the name was deemed illegal under California law, because it contained characters that are not in the modern English alphabet, and was then changed to XRA. This drew more confusion, as Air is not a letter in the modern English alphabet. The child was eventually named XRA12, with X as a first name and Era12 as a middle name. From the early 2000s until late 2020, Musk resided in the Los Angeles area of California where both Tesla and Spacex were founded and where their headquarters are still located. As of December 2020, Musk resides in Texas. Artificial intelligence and public transit. Musk has frequently spoken about the potential dangers of artificial intelligence, AI, repeatedly calling it the greatest threat to humanity. Musk's opinions about AI have provoked controversy. Consequently, according to CNBC, Musk is not always looked upon favorably by the AI research community. Musk and Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg have clashed on the issue, with Zuckerberg calling his warnings pretty irresponsible. Musk's claims that humans live in a computer simulation have also been criticized. Musk has criticized public transportation, a stance that has been called elitist. His comments have sparked widespread criticism from both transportation and urban planning experts. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.